And now, we talk about food. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany Decou. Here we talk about all the food happenings around Acadiana. If you like food, tune in. You might learn something new. I've been off the air for 2 weeks. I feel like I'm stumbling a little bit on the board. So if we have some hiccups tonight, I am apologizing. We took last week off for Easter, and it was really nice. I was in a food coma. I had done Easter brunch at Little Big Cup and ate entirely too much food and slept the entire rest of the day. And then the Sunday before, we had a recorded show because I was in Minden visiting my grandmother and had some pretty stellar fried chicken from a place called Louisiana Fried Chicken that they have up there. And I could have stayed in that establishment all night just seeing the two women that were working there interact with the customers because they were just such lively characters. And it was really entertaining. Not to mention, fried chicken was good. And we decided to get some chicken livers. That's always a toss-up sometimes when you go to fried chicken places that offer it, because you never know if it's going to be hard like a rock because it's been sitting there forever. But usually it's a good sign when they tell you it's going to be a wait, because that means that they're going to drop it as soon as you get there. And the chicken livers were wonderful. They were nice and tender and delicious. But we are back on the air tonight. A little bit of a gumbo weather happening out there. I guess it never fails that when I'm off from work and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go swimming today, the temperature drops. But hey, last ditch effort for gumbo. Joining tonight as guest co-host is Jim Nobles. He is a musician by night and pizza delivery driver by day. Do you think that that's fairly accurate?
Yeah, try to do the rockin' more than the pizza delivery, but that's me. That's what I do.
More the rock musician, and then the delivering is just kind of supplements.
Well, there was a point in time where it just kind of tied things together, but then sometimes you got to do it full time. Sometimes you don't. It depends on, how much rockin' your schedule is, if you're on tour or if you've got a lot of local gigs.
Jim's worked in numerous restaurants here in Acadiana, and we've talked in the past about the intersection between the culinary world and the musical world, and we're going to talk about that a little later in the show. Do you have gumbo on your mind with this cold weather today?
Well, I do. I mean,
but you're not going to make a gumbo.
I would make gumbo
year-round,
yeah. But sometimes the heat will, help me make a decision. But today, yeah, I think I'd be making a gumbo right now if we weren't doing this. But you started off about that fried chicken.
So what's your favorite fried chicken in Lafayette?
My favorite fried chicken in Lafayette? I don't feel like that's fair because Popeyes is just so good.
See, Popeyes is good, but there's something in my heart for other places.
I mean, country cuisine on University.
I haven't had theirs.
Yeah, theirs is good.
Okay.
And Laura's too.
I've had theirs. It sells out very fast.
Yeah.
Especially on Sundays.
Yeah.
I've tried to go several times and get it. And Bread and Circus, though, man, that has my heart.
Really?
For the best fried chicken.
Oh. See, Bread and Circus, I haven't really checked them out that much because I figured maybe it was mostly kind of like a harvest bread company type thing.
No.
They're doing more than that?
No. They have the best fried chicken on Wednesdays. That's when they do their fried chicken plate lunch. And it comes with a coleslaw, I want to say, and then Gouda macaroni and cheese.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so phenomenal. And then on Thursdays, they do the Juicy Lucy, which is the hamburger stuffed with cheddar cheese. That's also good. Wednesdays and Thursdays are when you go to Bread and Circus for lunch. Other than that, you get pizza. But I'm sure you're sick of pizza.
Well, no, I mean, one of the fun things about working in any restaurant is you get to know the ins and outs of what's going on with all of those ingredients back there. Like, not a lot of people know that when you call Domino's or, just about any pizza place, but I know at Domino's, if you want to get Alfredo for your sauce instead of pizza sauce, you can do that. I mean, you can go to some restaurant and their specialty pizza will be spinach, tomatoes, chicken, and Alfredo. And you can get that at Domino's. You just got to order it,
I like their new ordering system where it tracks your order and it lets you know like they're making it, it's ready. I like to know that knowledge.
Yeah, most of the people who they let us know too. They were like, "We saw you were coming," you know.
Also, your gluten-free crust does not have corn in it, which is also a bonus for someone who has a gluten intolerance and a corn intolerance, because most gluten-free is made with corn, and y'all's is not. So that's also a bonus.
So you missed the other crust though?
I have not personally had it. I just know that you have it, and people in my household have ordered it before. Yeah. And I know that it's extremely hard to find. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, most of the people that order it from us, you know, I mean, we always have it if anybody wants it.
Did you do anything big for Easter food-wise? What did your family cook?
We went to the King Buffet.
Oh.
Me and my daughter and my roommate. The day before was a big show, and we were all pretty exhausted. And I had the family had separate plans out of town, so me and my daughter were kind of, you know, we were ready to just play it by ear. And we went to the King Buffet, the new place over there by Rouse's.
You said she only eats the pepperoni pizza. And
well, it's chicken nuggets first.
Chicken nuggets.
Anywhere we go,
chicken nuggets. All the time.
So if you see me on Facebook or something saying, "Hey, kids and I are looking for a place to eat," we're looking for food that I'm gonna get exposed to. But chicken nuggets
have to be on the menu.
Needs to be on the menu, like tenders or something like that, because that's gonna be the you know, anywhere we go, it's chicken tenders. You know, so I mean, if we go eat Mexican, it's chicken tenders and fries, but there's gonna be chips and salsa before that, you know, and I'll be eating whatever I want, but that's what she usually wants.
They have a chocolate tower at that buffet. Is she a fan of the chocolate tower?
She did not really want anything to do with it. We went yesterday. I mean, I was talking to you about location. I mean, it's right there, and we didn't, you know. I mean, I don't mean to promo them or anything, but I mean, like they were right there, and that's pretty much what I've been eating, you know.
Staying on topic with Asian food, I checked out Walk and Roll Friday night, which opened on Johnston Street. And it's rumored to be the same owners of Formosa and Canton City.
Nice.
One of my followers, actually, I posted a picture of the pork fried rice, and she was like, "That's Canton City fried rice." Like, she knew it from there. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what the rumor is. I appreciated the $2 delivery fee, and the delivery driver was super nice. My food got so hot to me, like it was piping hot. I could order it online, so I appreciated all of that. I mean, and they had sushi, and they had very cheap sushi. I'm not going to say it's the best sushi in the world. I did think that it was better than store sushi, and if you're maybe short on cash and don't really have a lot of money to spend on the real thing, it'll kind of do in a pinch. But sushi was okay. Pork fried rice was excellent. I did find the egg roll to be a tad on the salty side, which someone else had also complained that the food was a little salty. But I will definitely check out that pork fried rice again. I'm a fan of a good fried rice.
I like Chinese. It's one of the only... I mean, in all the restaurants I worked at, it's one of the ones that I didn't get to work.
Really?
No. Yeah, so I didn't really get, you know, I just never applied, really. That's probably all there is to it, you know. I never said, "Hey, I want to go work at a Chinese buffet," you know. And it's been always one of those things that, like, you know, if I got to the point where I was that old man that was just, like, you know, coming and being the prep cook, like, 2 nights a week, I would want to go somewhere that I hadn't worked before and learn, you know, something new.
That would be the new place for you then.
Yeah. I would love to learn how to cook some of the Chinese dishes that I've loved for the years.
Okay, we are going to take our first break, and when we come back, we have more with Jim Noble. So come back to us. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
She puts the wow, yum into words. It's the Lafayette Food Junkie herself on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Welcome back to the Lafayette Food Junkie Show on News Talk 96.5 KPEL. I'm your host, Tiffiany Decou, and joining tonight is Jim Nobles, who is a musician, and he also happens to be a pizza delivery driver on the side. So Festival International is happening next weekend. Are you excited about it?
I am, there's some friends of mine's bands who are playing. You know, Deej Leg is going to be playing.
Yes.
And some friends of mine, Durwood, they're going to be playing on. I forgot which stage it is. I think it's the one that's over by the old Chris's Po' Boys. But yeah, no, I look forward to it. Me and my daughter are festival children, so you know we'll be out there at least the Saturday.
The Current was recently posting the question of whether if you had to pay to go to festival, do you think that they should require tickets to be able to go? Do you have thoughts on that? From the musician side, because I have my own feelings on the matter.
Well, from the musician side and from the you know, someone who enjoys a festival goer's side, if I was going to start paying for tickets, I would. And don't get me wrong, I love Lafayette and I love Festival International. I mean, I want some more international. Like, I just remember there would be you'd have a band that sounded like Rage Against the Machine, but they were French, you know, and like. I don't really know what's going on over there. You know, there's a lot going on with our economy that might have to do with it. But I mean, if I was going to pay for it, I would either want some more recognizable names, you know, and I wouldn't so much want to see somebody that I could see like last week or next week at one of the local bars, you know.
Other people have had that same complaint about festivals, so that's not anything new. My thing with it is that I love festival. I don't, me personally, really go for the music. I go for the shopping and for the food. So I wouldn't buy a ticket to see musical acts that I'm not, because I'm constantly walking around festival. I'm not at any of the stages. So I think that if they did do that, maybe have the food and all the
have it separate to where you didn't have to pay a ticket to get to the food.
Ticket for that.
Or they could do like a Bach lunch type thing, which they do Bach lunch still when they have festival. But they could, you know, at least have a day where that's what it is. You know, like maybe the Wednesday, the Thursday, and the Friday.
Yeah, maybe those would be non-pay days.
Yeah, and those would be the days that you come and you get to sample the food and everything. But every year I hear the festival say, you know, spend your money here at the festival to keep it free. And I mean, that's really, it's not just to keep it free. I mean, it's to be able to get the international acts so that it will be an international festival. And one of the biggest billings on it is that people could say it's the largest free festival in the nation or in the world, but I mean, that's a huge tagline that changes if they have to start charging for tickets.
Right.
And like I said, I mean, you know, if you're going to have like Paul Simon as a headliner, you know, or get one of the acts that's going through to Jazz Fest.
And we've had those in the past come
They
through.
have, but, you know, but still stick it to more of an international thing. And it's funny because I like the stuff that's more recognizable. I want to hear the band from Chicago. I want to hear the band that's going to be playing in the venue next week or played there last week, you know, but it's Festival International. You know, I went there for that. I mean, the band The Givers, they sound like Festival International to me.
Honestly,
so like
I want to say either last year or the year before that was one of the only acts that I did go see, and the energy that was in there was insane. So I totally got it, and I was like, okay, I get that point.
Well, I mean, to what I'm saying is
and
like
they were born from festivals.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they sound like kids that were raised at Festival International every day of their life. I mean, that's when their music first started, that's what it sounded like. So I'm very grateful for Festival for influencing the people in our scene that way. You know, so don't take it away. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I've seen like great bands that are just like from California, and they're not doing anything French, anything international languages at all. They're just playing like Motown sound stuff, and I dig it. It's a good show, but it's not international. Not here. It would be if Festival International was in another country,
right? But
here it's just, you know, more of what we always get. But I mean, it's there. I mean, Wednesday through Sunday, there's a whole lot of bands, you know.
Yeah.
Free show either way. And my daughter loves music, and we love to go down to the fountain and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's just like with Mardi Gras and everything else. I mean, you get to walk down the main streets, you know, that are shut down, and you see all these people that you know. And, you know, and the food is great. You were saying earlier that you'd like to see more of an international presence in the food.
They recently released the food vendors, and they're pretty much the same. I think they have one different one this year. And me, as well as other people, have made the comment that it's kind of boring. And, you know, everyone's got boudin, everyone's got meat pies. If all of the food vendors are kind of selling the same thing, what exactly is the point? And if it is an international festival of French-speaking countries of the world, why don't we have more food vendors
with international
representing the international foods?
Well, not only that, like, what if they could ask the local restaurants to make an effort for an international theme for that one?
Yeah, that's,
you know, like, I love Dino's. I love Dino's pizza, but I don't want to go buy an $8 slice of pizza, you know, when I know that I could just afterwards run over there and get it there. But if it was something that was something more of a fusion towards the international taste, then I would be more inclined to do that.
Now,
you know?
I am excited that during festival, some of the different shops and restaurants downtown do different things. Like Pop's Po' Boys last year did their crawfish smack bowl, anxiously waiting to see what their thing is going to be for this year, if they do anything this year. And then Rev Coffee on the Sunday is going to have a breakfast pop-up with Scratch That, which is normally at the farmer's market on Saturday. So that kind of, and I've also heard rumor of a bread pop-up that's happening somewhere downtown too. So I like that aspect of it. I just wish, I mean, these are pop-ups, so in theory, that money is not going to festival. if you purchase from the food vendors, a portion of it is going to festival because those food vendors had to pay, you know, to be there. So,
well, I mean, if it's supporting local business and the festival, then yeah, I can support that, you know, and I could be on with that. But I mean, we're wanting international foods. I mean,